Good morning, students. Today we are taking a very important poem by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Shakespeare is a big name, a lustrous gem of the Elizabethan age. He was born in 1564 and he wrote 156 sonnets of great worth. And this sonnet is one of the most important sonnets by Shakespeare. Like all his sonnets, Shakespeare has dedicated this sonnet to his intimate friend Mr. W.H. So, this sonnet is a kind of tribute dedicated to his best friend Mr. W.H. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? In the beginning of this line, in the beginning of the poem, the poet is raising a rhetorical question. He is asking whether I compare the beauty of my friend with a summer's day. As we all know, the summer is regarded as one of the most beautiful seasons in the foreign countries. So, he is saying that his friend is immortal, he is most beautiful. So, can he compare the beauty of summer to his friend? So, he is raising this question and then he answering why he cannot compare the beauty of his friend to a summer's day. In the next line he is saying, thou art more lovely and more temperate. The poet Shakespeare is saying that my friend, thou means you my friend, you are more lovely, you are lovelier, you are more sweet and more temperate. Temperate means moderate than summer season. So you are lovelier, you are more beautiful and more moderate than summer season. Temperate means moderate, neither too hot nor cold. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Now, the poet is stating what happens during summer season. The rough winds are blowing during summer season, and those winds are shaking the delicate buds of May season. So, this is happening during summer. And summer's lease hath all too short a date. And summer's lease means length, duration. So the duration or the length of summer season is also very short. So in foreign countries, summer is of very short period. And sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines. Eye of heaven is a metaphor used for the sun. So sun is here referred to the eye of heaven. Sometimes too hot. The sun is shining very brightly in extreme mood in summer season, and often in his gold complexion dimmed, and the sun is shining so brightly that in his scorching rays, in his bright rays, everything seems dimmed, faint. Gold complexion here refers to the yellow color of the sun. So sun is here personified also. The eye of heaven refers to the sun, and gold complexion refers to the yellow color, the bright color of the sun. So the sun here, it is personified. And every fair from fair sometimes decline. The poet is saying So all these are the demerits, the drawbacks of summer season, that summer is of short period and the sun is shining with too much brightness during summer season, and everything looks faint and dimmed in bright light of the sun, and every fair sometime declines, and every beautiful thing of this world one day it declines, decreases and vanishes, it disappears with the changing course of time. But all these things do not happen, or do not happen with his friend, and his friend is immortal. He is away from perishing, he is away from decreasing by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. So every beautiful thing of this world, by chance means by fate or luck or destiny or nature's changing course, or due to the changing time period of the nature, untrimmed means unsystematic way of nature, everything declines, perishes or vanishes with the changing course of time. But his friend's beauty, or the beauty of his friend, will never vanish. In the next line, the poet is saying, but thy eternal summer shall not fade. But your summer is eternal. Your summer is permanent. Your beauty is immortal, and it will not fade. It will not diminish. It will not disappear, and it will not vanish. तो समर सीजन जो है उसमें बहुत ब्राइटनेस होती है, वो बहुत शॉर्ट पीरियड के लिए होता है, ये सब कमियां समर सीजन में होती हैं. लेकिन उसके फ्रेंड की जो ब्यूटी है, यहाँ पर इंटरनल ब्यूटी के लिए कहा गया है, इनर वर्च्यूज के लिए कहा गया है, उसकी फ्रेंड की जो ब्यूटी है वो कभी भी फेड नहीं होगी, कभी भी खराब नहीं होगी. द पोएट इज हियर रेफरिंग टू द inner beauty, inner virtues or the good qualities of his friend. Nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. So whatever beautiful virtues that you are owing, that you are possessing, it will not fade away. वो जो तुम्हारे गुण हैं वो कभी भी खत्म नहीं होंगे. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade. Now here death is also personified, कि death जो है, मृत्यु तुम्हें कभी भी नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा सकती. So you will not perish and you will not become a prey or a victim to the death. So death will not brag. Brag means डींगे हाँकना. It will not boast. Boast means dinge hakna, that thou wanderest. Thou means you. Wanderest means roaming, walking in his shade. कि तुम उसकी छाया में घूम रहे हो, कि डेथ ने तुमको अपने आगोश में ले लिया है, या तुम मृत्यु को प्राप्त हो गए हो. ऐसा दावा डेथ नहीं कर सकती. It means that you will not become a victim of death. You will not become a prey of death. When in eternal lines to time thou growest. Very beautiful and very important lines, last lines. The poet is saying that you have become immortal in these lines, in these eternal lines. So my poetry is eternal, my poetry is immortal, and thou growest. When all people, they will read my poetry, and they will be able to see you, they will be able to feel your presence. So you will grow You will grow day by day. Every time when people will read my poetry, you will remain in their memory, in their hearts. So long as man can breathe or eyes can see. जब तक मनुष्य जिंदा रहेंगे, as long as human beings survive, human race survives, as so long lives this, तब तक मेरी पोइट्री रहेगी. So my poetry will stand still, my poetry will remain there, and this gives life to you. और जब तक लोग जिंदा रहेंगे, they will read my poetry, and through my poetry, through the channel of my poetry, you will also live in the minds of the people, and this will give life to you. So my poetry will give life to you. So you have become immortal through my poetry.